Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. I want to show and tell a little bit of scripture journaling today. In my last video, I showed you my completed scripture journal here. So if you want to see my completed scripture journal, just look in the description box below and I'll have a link for you there. This is what my old journal looked like, and this is my new journal, and I'm really excited about it. I bought this scripture journal a few years ago. Seek and you will find. I thought it was great. I didn't know what I was going to use it for, and I had it sitting on my shelf for about 3 or 4 years. And when I pulled it out, I decided I was going to use it for my scripture journal this year. But I just want to show you how much bigger it is. So last year, this was the size of my scripture journal. Nice and little and compact. And my new one is quite a bit fatter and quite a bit bigger, but I love it, and I just want to show a couple things in it. First of all, this journal is like a journal and kit all in one. So it has a zipper. So I'll unzip it, and I want to show you what's inside because it's so exciting. And the thing that's exciting about it is you can take whatever kinds of journals and things that you have and just use them for scripture journaling. And my philosophy is I like to scripture journal. I like to make it cute. That way I'll want to go back to it time and time again. If that doesn't work for you, that doesn't work for you. We have to all be true to ourselves, don't we? All right, so here we go. When I open it up, oh, I don't know where to start. Let's start here. This is the journal section, and the journal says happy on it, and I forgot about that. And my word of the year is fun. I'm just getting really stuck in the mire of life, and I want to have more fun. And so this is actually the little journal part. And the journal, it's very similar in size to my journal from last year, but not nearly as many pages because the pages are very, very thick. And so not as many pages can fit inside. Then if we look over here, it came with a whole bunch of stickers, which I've been using for the past couple weeks. And I've been using them because I'm going to use them up because I bought them. So I'm going to use them. But I got to tell you, some of the stickers are not my favorite. But first of all, these little tag stickers are just adorable. And I've been using those quite a bit. And then these were just little strips. I'll have to show you in my journal because I used up every single one of them. They're so good. Okay, I'm going to save this one for later. Then these are just little dots, like to do. There's a little cup of coffee. I probably won't be using those too much. Heart, some money, a gift, an envelope, a little check mark. And I used up all of those. I don't even know what they were. There's a little shopping cart, little stickers that say done. These look like stethoscopes, little golden goal stickers, airplane stickers, and some more that I've used up completely. And you know, you can buy little sticker packs at Walmart, at the dollar stores, at Michael's, anywhere you buy crafts. Now, this was the weird thing. These were rub-ons. So you remember back in the day when we were kids and before stickers were really popular. Oh, it's all falling apart. These were really hard to work with, but I really wanted to use them because, you know, I bought them, so I'm using them. But let's just say here, oh, let's find a cute little, let's find a cute little heart. Oh, so tricky. First thing I'm going to have to do is cut out whatever it is I want to rub on. So I got to find some scissors here. All right, let's say we want to use this cute little white star. So this side is sticky, this side is not. So I'm going to put the not sticky side up so I can try to save a few more of these stickers. They are dropping like flies, these stickers. I'm not very good at it. Okay, so there's my rub-on. Then I take my tool, which looks a lot like a popsicle stick, and I rub it. And then I can pull off the back and it leaves, oh, the cutest little white star. So I've been trying to use those in my journal. It's It's been an ordeal, but, you know, waste not, want not, so we'll do that anyway. Okay, and then this was the funnest part right here. These are little stickers that are, you would fold over into your journal, and they make dividers. So I already put in a couple of dividers, and I'll show them to you. Here's one of the dividers. So this is for March. So I just put half of it here, and it's nice and sticky. And then I folded it over, and the other half of it goes there. Stick it together, really squeeze it hard, and there you have your tab. So this tab is my March tab. And then back here, this tab is my list of to-dos, my scripture to-dos tab. And I have so many more tabs I can use in here. Oh, see, that came off. So frustrating. Okay, and that is my excitement. It was like opening a present. It was so fun. And then, as if that weren't enough, look what else came in this little thing. I found some pens. Okay, so this is a gel highlighter, and it's gold. So that's probably why I bought the whole entire thing. So these go on your scriptures. The nice thing about them is they don't go through your scripture paper. So you can highlight things, and this is gold, so that was exciting. The bad thing is gel highlighters, they run a lot, which I'm not a big fan of. And also they're sticky. So when you close another page on top of it, it's quite sticky. So that's not my most favorite, but still okay. Then I've got some felt markers. So these are from American Crafts. So you might be able to order a book like this, a kit like this online. So we've got a nice pink color. Let me pop it back in here because this is the best part, all these cute little elastic holding things. A very nice black pen. And then I've got this beautiful kind of copperish color pen. And here's another one. This is a precision pen. So it's in 0.3, so it's quite fine. Just a nice, fine little pen. I would call that a fine liner. So you can see the difference in size between this black and this black. So that's fun to use in your journal. And then I had room for one more pen. So this is a Miniso. It's a store in our neighborhood. 0.38 millimeter black gel pen. So kind of like ballpoint, but there's gel pen in it, and that's also nice and thin. So just some nice pens to use in my scripture journal right here. Then the other fun thing it came with was, look at this ruler. A ruler for a nice straight edge in my journal, or I'm sure I could trace around this, and it would be just so cute in a journal. Haven't used that yet, and I love templates. So I've been using the squares and the circles, but it's got, I guess it's upside down, it's got a check mark, a hexagon, diamond, heart, arrow, a little teardrop, and just little shapes. You can outline a quote or whatever you like using this. So that was really fun. So I'll say it again, these are American Crafts. I got it at Michael's, and it has a scripture on the front, so I'm sure it is meant for scripture journaling. At least in my mind, it's meant for scripture journaling. Seek and you will find. So I'm going to pop out my journal and show you how I've set it up to give you some ideas of how you can set up your scripture journal. Happy, oh yeah, I feel so happy when I look at that. Okay. So I'm going to put a picture here. I don't know what of. So sometimes when I have a great idea, but I'm not quite ready to do the deal yet, I just like to put a little sticky note there to remember what my idea was. So someday if I find a picture, I'll be sure to put it there. Then Marcy's Scripture Journal. And I like to put the date. So March 2021 until I don't know when, but that was the date I started it on. Then I started March 8th, and I found a talk, I guess it was more like a paper, by R. Val Johnson called The Timeline for the Second Coming of Jesus Christ. And I will tell you, I've been trying to find all the signs of the time in one place. I just was really interested and curious about it. So what I did was I took his article, and he had listed a whole bunch of things that were on the timeline. Of course, of that day and hour knoweth no man. So nobody knows when this will happen, but it was really interesting to go through the timelines. So I wrote down the event like the gospel of Jesus Christ is restored to earth after a period of apostasy. Then he mentioned 5 scriptures. And so I thought what I'll do is I will read each scripture, and when I've read it, I can just put a little X there in the box. And so I used my stencil and made the circles, and I used these stickers. So there's a calendar and a clock. So that's pretty cute for the timeline. So there were quite a few things mentioned, and I wrote them all out, and they go down to here. So there was a lot of things mentioned. And so on days when I don't have anything else on my mind that I want to study, I will simply go back and study the timeline for the second coming of Jesus Christ. And there I wrote a little timeline. All right, the next day I did my Come Follow Me lesson. So every week studying the Come Follow Me is just a given. It's an easy thing to study. You don't have to think, what do I want to study? Where am I in the scriptures? You just sit down and do the work. You can do it in the workbook, or you can do it on, I usually do it on my phone actually these days. And as I was going through, I was struck by how can I magnify my calling? So I wrote down a few things, ways that I can magnify my calling, and I made little check boxes. So when I've done those things, I can put a little check mark in. And then what I do personally is I go up here and I put a little sticky note, so I know on this page there is something that needs to be done, so I can revisit it from time to time, see how I'm doing. Because if I don't do that, then I'm just going to forget about it. Then I found something really interesting. So I used the gel pen for this. And I noticed as I started writing on this page, I started, it started shadowing. So some of this would lift off and go print it over there. And then same thing happened here. As I started writing on this page, then some of this started, some of these words here started coming off here and kind of making it a little bit messy. And I didn't care for that. So I just cut out a little piece of paper that I'm just going to keep in between the 2 pages now. So when I'm done here and this page, I can turn the page. And as I start writing here, I'll have this in the middle so it won't muck up and destroy the things I've already done. And you can even see on this page just little words that get lifted off. So I've used different brands of gel ink, and it just seems to be something that happens. Maybe if you left it for a few days, that wouldn't happen, but if you're using it all on the same day or the next day, that does happen a lot. So I really thought I was pretty smart making that little piece of paper there. Yeah, so I used just all the cute little stickers to just make it cute. So here I wrote Doctrine and Covenants 25, what I was studying inside. A to-do list of things that I can do. And then just some goal stickers, just for ideas. Now, these are those transfers, and they were very difficult to work with. I'm glad I'm almost done them. And also, I've got this whole thing of transfers too. So a today list, meals, a to-do list, habit tracker. So I'd write down like get 8 hours of sleep. Exercise. And did I do it on Monday? Yes. So I give myself a check mark. And this is another kind of habit tracker, like get 8 hours of sleep. And then did I do it on Monday? Yes. And I would check that off. So I'm supposed to transfer these into something, and I'm just a little bit nervous about it because this transfer thing has just been really tricky for me. Anyway, we'll just leave that aside. So, we got to do in Come Follow Me, the armor of God, which I always enjoy studying about. Using up more of those transfers. And then here I was excited at President Hinckley. I wanted some joy quotes from President Hinckley, and so that was fun. I remember this quote. I was watching Conference many years ago, and it just touched my heart. It was just exactly what I needed to hear. It isn't as bad as you sometimes think it is. It all works out. Don't worry. I say that to myself every morning. It all works out in the end. Put your trust in God and move forward with faith and confidence in the future. The Lord will not forsake us if we will put our trust in Him, if we will pray to Him, if we will live worthy of His blessings. He will hear our prayers. I love that quote. He also said, in all of living, have much fun and laughter. Life is to be enjoyed, not endured. And he also said to cultivate an attitude of happiness. So I just wrote out some quotes, and then I made a cute little joy with my fancy little lettering that I learned. Now today for Relief Society, we were to study a talk by the prophet, and then we talked about it in Relief Society, had a really good lesson. So I feel like that is my study for today. So I don't always sit down at my journal every day. Sometimes, oh, I'm really shaking this here. Sometimes I'll study along with Relief Society. Sometimes I forget, whatever it is, but I don't come to this every day, but I come to it very frequently. And then I've got my to-do list here. From my last scripture, when I showed you my scripture journal, at the very back, I had a to-do list. So this to-do list was from all these little tags up here that were in this journal. Things I didn't quite get done yet. So I decided to put them on a to-do list at the back of my journal. Didn't get these done, so I moved them to the back of my new journal, and I've even got a few of them done. So every day, if I'm like, oh, I don't really have anything in mind that I want to study in my scriptures, so then I come here and look here. I also have an old duotang of future studies that I want to do in the scriptures. Just books I want to read, questions I have. So I just go through and do those. And when I'm done, I give myself a sticker because it just makes it fun for me. So that's what I do. So those are some ideas of ways that you can study your scriptures. Okay, so this isn't in depth. This is just an overview of how I study the scriptures. I think using Come Follow Me is a great way to study your scriptures, and I just want to give you just a few other ways. So like I said, my favorite is to make my scriptures look delightful and beautiful, be a little bit crafty, and then I personally want to come back to them. And you might not think that's fun, and you might not want to come back to your scriptures if you have to make them look pretty. That's okay. You can just write things down. You do you. I think that's one thing I've learned about scripture journaling is you have to do it in a way that works for you and makes you want to come back to your scriptures every day. So we didn't get too much into the scriptures today, but I did get to do a show and tell, and that was very fun. So thank you for indulging me. And I'll just zip this up. Seek and ye shall find. And I hope you have a great day studying your scriptures. I'll see you next time. Bye.